you guys. My name is Marissa Andrews, and I'm an Ifbb Wellness Pro.
Okay, and go ahead and tell us what show did you just do and how did you do it?
I just came back from the St. Louis Pro, and I was the overall champion, and I qualified for the 2022 Olympia. So last year was actually my amateur season. I started competing for the first time and turned pro in May of 2021 at Junior USA. It was my 4th show ever. And then from there, I proceeded on to compete at the Chicago Pro. Realized that the caliber of athletes from the pro level to amateur was a little bit higher than I expected, so I decided to go into an off season, revamp my entire approach, my physique, my mental health, my coaching team behind me, and I went into St. Louis with a completely new package, different mentality, different physical package, and was able to take the overall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then you are qualified for the Olympia now. What's that for you?
Being qualified for the Olympia feels surreal. I feel like there's some days where it hasn't even fully sunken in that I am a professional, Ifbb professional. And now the fact that not only I am an Ifbb professional, I am an Ifbb professional Olympia qualified athlete. It is, I got goosebumps just saying that. It is an honor. It feels like I have been climbing a mountain for the last year and a half, and I'm finally standing at the top, and I'm just screaming. It is, just feels like you're on the top of Mount Everest and the whole world. You can see the entire world. You can see your journey. You can see the paths that you've walked up. You can see the parts where you've tripped and fallen and stumbled and cried and broke and picked yourself back up. And you can see every single step along the way, but you're finally at the top and you can look down and say, damn, I did that. And it feels like the whole world is in front of you and at your fingertips. Yeah. So my off season, I allowed myself to fall back in love with training. I think I lost that in my last season. My last season was quick and fast and hard, and the protocol reflected that. It was a quick protocol, fast cutting, lots of cardio, and it really made me fall out of love with myself and also with my training. I started dreading going to the gym, dreading doing cardio, and I took this off season to fall back in love with that, to form a better relationship with the gym, to form a relationship with myself. And working with this new coach, he likes to say that he's not only a competition coach, but he's also a life coach. I'm working with Ludacris, Team Ludacris, and it has been nothing but the most positive experience. I had dropped 30 pounds through this prep starting December 10th till now, being on stage April 16th, I was at 130, and I started my prep with him in my deepest of off seasons at 162. So we worked, we were slow, methodical, we let my body tell me when I was ready. We focused on growing my glutes, improving my hamstring tie-in, and really just enjoying every step of the process, because prep is a choice. No one is forcing you to do this. And I really wanted to have fun. So up until I was even stepping on stage, there's videos of me on the stairs with my headphones in, and they had to tap me on the shoulder to tell me that I was ready to get up on stage. But I was dancing and just smiling and like a crazy weirdo, loving every second of it. Yeah.
What are things you're going to do like, between now and the Olympia, then things you're going to be working on going forward?
Between now and the Olympia. So I'm still going to do one more show this season, at least. I'm going to be competing at the Pittsburgh Pro in 2.5 weeks. So I am going to make some improvements. I got my feedback from the judges. I'm going to keep my core tight. I'm going to try to grow my glute depth, just like any wellness competitor, you know. So I'm going to work on those 2 points going into the Pittsburgh Pro. It's just some things that I can change. I can change my core development within a matter of weeks. Go into an off season, put on just a healthy amount of weight, not 30 pounds again. And then try to work on increasing the muscularity and my muscle density and my muscle maturity. Being only 25, well, 26 as of today, actually. Thank you. Being 26, you know, and being in this sport for only a year and a half, some of these amazing women in my category have been doing this for as long as I've been alive. So their muscle density, their maturity, their poise, they've been doing this for such a long time that they are experts. And I'm going to try to work as hard as I can to match their level of professionalism, elegance, maturity, and muscularity in the next few months. For this most recent show? So we did, I really didn't get too low. In my first show, I was eating 275 calories to 500 calories a day and doing 3 hours of cardio minimum. That was with my old coach, and that is why he's my old coach. But I have a much healthier protocol, which is probably another reason why I have such a great relationship and why my mentality was so great this time going in. I was doing at most an hour of cardio, maybe an hour and 20 at some points, just because I was crazy and I wanted to do more. And at the lowest point, I was eating 1,200 calories and I had a 1,500 calorie refeed every 3 days. So my calories didn't really get that low, and doing the right things and having the right nutrition is more important than just slashing calories and being in a crazy deficit, because your body doesn't respond when it's starving. So give your body the fuel it needs to build the house, give it the bricks it needs to build the house, and it'll respond. This is proof. Yeah, so I work a full 9-to-5 job. I'm also starting dental school here in September, so I'm studying to be a dentist, hopefully specializing into oral surgery, but hit me back in 4 years and we'll see if we're still the plan. But I think the biggest thing that I have to do is plan. If you look at my fridge, I have every single meal prepped, frozen for the next 5 days. Nothing is left up to chance. I always travel with at least 2 extra meals with me. Everything I do, down to the socks, shoes, underwear I will wear for the entire next day, is laid out on a table in my living room. It takes planning, meticulous planning in this moment to do your future self a favor and make life so much less stressful. There's going to be a million things that life will throw at you in your day. Maybe you hit traffic, maybe there's an emergency. There's a million things that can go wrong, but why would you let not having the clothes you need to be ready for the day, or the breakfast you need, the things that you can control, why don't you control them? And that's my mentality. I make sure that every small piece that I can physically control, I can, and I allow myself to not stress over the things that I can't. So if you're prepared and you are aware of what you need to get done, then you have, 24 hours in the day. You can get anything done that you want to. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. If you focus on understanding what you can control and controlling it, and understanding what you can't control and letting that roll off your back, life gets so much easier. Yeah.
Friends, family, sponsors, coaches, anyone you'd like to thank?
Oh my gosh, so many people. I have felt this prep, I felt so loved and supported, and the confidence that people have been giving me. Like I said, it hasn't even fully sunk in that I'm a professional, and there's so many people that have had my back and believed in me more than at points I believe in myself. I wanted to give a huge thank you to not only the Ifbb Pro League, but the Manions especially for bringing wellness into this world, into the United States. My coach, Ludacris, my posing coach, Ashley, they are incredible. Not only are my coaching team, I swear they became family over this last prep, especially this last weekend. I wanted to thank my family, of course. They are nothing but the most supportive. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. My boyfriend is the rock that has kept me sane, whether it's through love or support or tough love. He knows exactly what I need, and sometimes I don't even want the tough love, and I ask him not to give the tough love, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, God, thank you for the tough love. I needed that. I want to thank you for taking the time to come talk to me and hang out with me while I train today. But I also want to give a huge thank you to my sponsors. I've been working with Angel Competition Bikinis, who didn't only give me 1 suit, but gave me 3 suits to choose from, which was the most beautiful. It made me feel like a princess. Stage Ready Hair for giving me Rapunzel hair. Ashley for doing my hair and makeup this last show. Rock Hard Bodies for giving me the coolest lifting apparel and shoes on the planet. And the Shoe Fairy. My shoes broke at the beginning of peak week. in the middle of a posing session, and they overnighted me a brand new pair, no questions asked, and just made me promise that I would wear them on the Olympia stage one day. So, yeah, I really appreciate it.
Okay, we're learning every show, right?
Right.
Okay, we're gonna turn to the back. Beautiful. I love that you kept that shelf when you did that too. Good. Here. Good. Don't squeeze back. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna turn again for me. Right here. Good. Good. You did that shelf on the other side too. Very good. Very, very, very good. Okay, and then hit back that front pose. Nice and tight. So see, that's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment. So even a touch more, you can move it in just a little teeny bit to the, yeah, that's it. That's your spot right there.
Ooh, that's painful.
But that's right, Marissa. Let's hit it. A little more shoulders this way. Nice. Good. Redo.
All right, rewind it, throw it in his bed. Okay.